If you're starting a new job, it's so important that you make a good first impression, especially within your first 90 days. So here are 5 steps that you can take right now to crush it in your first 90 days on your new job. With a bonus tip at the end that, if done right, will set you apart from all of your competition. Hi, I'm Desmond with Davis Inspired Solutions, and let's go through your 90-day plan, starting with step 1. One of the first things we're doing is preparing ahead of time. Ideally, I encourage my clients to take the weekend before their first day and review the employee handbook. Hop on the internet and do some research on the company. Remember, the research you did for the interview should not be the same research you're relying on once you got the role. There's gonna be this expectation that you read up a little bit more and that you gain some information after the interview that you're gonna use to make you more prepared for the job. Especially if you were taking notes during the interview, there's gonna be this expectation that you read up a little bit more and the knowledge you came in with is not the same knowledge you're gonna start your first day with. Your aim should be to get as well prepared and as knowledgeable as possible. You're not gonna be able to totally eliminate that feeling of looking lost or not sure because you're new. But I'm telling you, it's impressive if there are some things you know ahead of time. One example can be planning out your commute. Don't just go on Waze or Apple Maps and look up how to get there. Spend a little time and do some research about coffee shops that might be in the area, or restaurants, or detours you can take. The reason why you want to do this is so, let's say when you're meeting with your supervisor or you're meeting with another colleague, that gives you conversational things that you can discuss. For example, if you see a coffee shop you really like, you can ask one of the people you're working with about it. This also works really great for conversations that you have with your supervisor. It could sound something like this. Yeah, I checked out some of the different routes and I really found that this was the best, and it lets me try this new coffee shop that's right around the corner. Do you have any routes that you specifically go? Or if I had to take a detour, would you know of any shortcuts that I could take? That gives off to your supervisor or to any of your leaders that you're really paying attention to your surrounding area because you have intentions to stay, which not for nothing can be sort of a challenge right now in this hiring market. Another thing that you can do is subscribe to news articles or blogs that are related to your industry. Or you can wait and ask your supervisor if the job has a subscription to that particular publication. Those type of questions let your supervisor and your peers know that you're serious about the work that you're committed to do. So now that we got the research out the way, we can go to step 2, which is focusing on what to do on your first day. Your first day should be focused on introducing yourself to as many people as possible, shaking hands, learning about folk, asking well-timed questions and not just generic small talk, but questions that show that you're paying attention. Maybe use some interpersonal skills or some communication skills like mirroring, repeating what the person asked or said. Maybe while you were doing research, you couldn't find some answers, so that would be a great time to ask one of the people that you meet that day. Because you already know that building relationships and kind of establishing yourself as a warm presence is so crucial to what we do work-wise. It doesn't matter how good of a worker you are. It doesn't matter how skilled you are in whatever that you do. If you're just terrible to be around, you're not gonna last long. Put a little pep in your step and get excited to meet some new people. And remember to stay till the end of the video so that you can learn that secret step that's gonna set you apart from the competition. So for our third thing, it's really important that we take the time to set healthy boundaries. Listen to me. As time goes by, I promise you will come to the realization that setting healthy boundaries is gonna save you mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. As much as you might want to say yes to everything so that you can kind of build good rapport, it's really important to be careful of some of those early demands that people might have of you. You will come across some people who look for the new person to try to put a lot of their work on. Getting this down is going to help save you from burnout. And also, practicing healthy boundaries is a great leadership skill that you can put on display early on in your first 90 days. Now, when we take the time to set healthy boundaries, we can go to step 4, which is paying attention to projects and opportunities that line up and pique our interests. Now, of course, this is all predicated on you getting your base work done and making sure that you're completing the work that you're paid to do. But once you get that down, then it's time to start looking at some projects where you can flex a little bit of that muscle. Show off what makes you you, and show off some things that maybe the hiring committee didn't know about you, and now they'll be happy to know that they got it. When you're showing a strong work ethic and a willingness to contribute from day one, that is going to garner a lot of respect and admiration from your colleagues. Now, for our fifth step, it's so important that we take the time to soak up what the company culture is. Listen, family, no matter how much research that you do, no matter how much you look on Glassdoor, there's just some things regarding work culture you're not gonna know until you get there. In some places, there might be unwritten rules. In a post-COVID world, maybe your department has an unwritten policy that when they're in Zoom calls, they don't expect people to turn their cameras on. And if that's not communicated to you, and if you don't know, the last thing you want is to get upset at folk for an unwritten rule that you had no clue about. Because even though you didn't know, I promise you there's gonna be an expectation that you should have. So pay attention, be observant, and you'll have this company culture thing down in no time. Thanks for staying till the end of the video. As promised, our sixth and final step is to focus on establishing your professional brand. All of these steps will help market your professional brand. Think of your professional brand like a billboard that's publicizing who you are to everybody that drives by. This promotes how you act, what you'll say yes to, what you'll say no to. So taking the time to establish your professional brand before you go into the workspace will really help set you apart. You can do this through updating your LinkedIn. This can look like sharing articles or posting on your page so that when your peers eventually find you and follow you on LinkedIn, which they will do, you're already showing yourself swimming in the community, having discussion, and you're all in on this particular industry. All of this will help you stand out in what you do at your job. This will also help you establish the opportunities you say yes to, as well as the opportunities you say no to. For example, let's just say you're passionate about renewable energy. Ideally, the professional brand you're putting out emphasizes things regarding renewable energy, innovation, and sustainability. Eventually, as time goes by, you get 2 job offers. One job is in fossil fuels, and it's coming with a hefty paycheck, while the other is in solar energy. It pays a little less, but it's aligning with your values, and it's helping you stay on brand. Your professional brand and brand statements will help make this decision kind of a no-brainer and make hard decisions opportunities to stay on brand. Now, if you want to learn more about building a professional brand or creating statements that can kind of serve as your team, your coach, your board of directors as you navigate this professional landscape, I've added a free copy of my ebook, Be the Brand, down in the description below. Check it out. And there you have it. 6 easy steps to really crush your first 90 days. Now, maybe you're still in the job searching process and you're looking for work that helps bring meaning and really lines up with what you feel your purpose is. I want you to check out this video that'll show you step by step how to conduct a purpose-driven job search. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.